In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
During 1809, the legislature of the state of New York granted Livingston and Fulton exclusive navigation privileges of all waters within the jurisdiction of that state, with boats moved by fire or steam for 20 years. The two had also petitioned that there were other states and territorial legislatures for similar monopolies that were going to develop a broader network of steamboat lines. Even though people were aware of the potential of the new steamboat navigation, competitors challenged Livingston and Fulton by arguing that the commerce power of the federal government was exclusive and superseded state laws. Legal challenges came, and eventually the monopoly attempted to undercut its rivals by selling them franchises or buying their boats. The partnership ended 3 years later, however, when the Gibbons operated another steamboat on the Ogden's route between Elizabethtown and New York City, which had been licensed by the United States Congress under a 1793 law that had regulated coastal trade.
On this fine day of March the 2nd of 1824, I got here Ogden's versus Gibbons. Now, Ogden, you're accusing Mr. Gibbons here of steamboating on your side of the river. Now, Gibbons, you've been accused of illegally steamboating without a state license in the New York end of the Hudson River.
This boy has been on my damn river, and I can tell you right now, he has no state license. If we're going to resolve this, he needs to lose the rights to get on my river, or there's going to be a big old problem. Dadgummit!
Ogden and I have got this in the bag. Gibbons has no right to operate that boat on these waters. States, including New York, have passed laws on issues regarding interstate matters that say states should have full concurrent power with Congress on matters concerning interstate commerce. This means that Ogden has every right to restrain Gibbons from his river. The only way I can see the opposition coming out on top is if they argue as unconstitutional. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3 of the Constitution states that Congress has exclusive national power over interstate commerce. If this arose, it will cause issues for our claims, to say the least.
I don't know anything about a state license, but all I know is I got me a federal one that allows me to sail on water. Wait, water's that wet stuff, right?
Man, I'm pretty sure I got this case in the bag, or rather the boat. My case will be as simple as this. The government has exclusive national power over the interstate commerce according to Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3 of the Constitution, and to argue that otherwise would result in confusing and contradictory local regulatory policies. This means that Gibbons, with his federal license, has the right to use the Hudson River. The claim that Ogden's can have a monopoly over trade in the river is about as strong as the boat that my client fell off of.
Few weeks since the court happened, I examined the clause's phrase, commerce amongst the several states, concluding that the word among means intermingled with. Accordingly, Congress's power to regulate interstate commerce does not stop at the external boundary line of each state, but may be introduced into the interior. In other words, Congress may pass any law that regulates commerce so long as that commerce is not wholly confined within a single state, and its power to regulate such commerce is plenary. Under this interpretation of the Commerce Clause, Congress clearly has the ability to regulate the commercial steamboat route between New York and New Jersey. It was assumed that the Licensing Act of 1793 did this, and that the New York law in question was in conflict with it. Thus, the New York law was unconstitutional, and New York's injunction against Gibbons was overturned. Gibbons was free to operate his steamboats in the water.